Whole sports all plays. Yeah. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics never the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Whole sports all plays.
All right, everybody, welcome to G.W.R. Live. Got a big
What's
show.
up, guys?
We got a big show tonight. Joined with by my dad, like always, and also we got pro wrestler Dalton Love joining us. How's it going, Dalton?
What's up, Chris? What's up, Tony?
Not a whole lot.
Yeah, not a whole lot. Just staying busy trying to get more content out.
Heck yeah. Yep. Yes, sir.
Go ahead so I can check this out.
Oh, okay. Hey, Dalton, I know you've been pretty busy lately. You want to go through some of the things that's been going on? What would you like to touch on first? I know I know you won a title at WCWO, so
That's right. I did.
that a
Yeah.
little bit.
When was the? Do you guys remember the last time I was on GSR? GWR? I was trying to remember, but I was trying to think back. I couldn't quite remember.
Last time you was on, it was you and Luke.
Yep, it was the last time we were together.
I'm trying
Let's
to
go back.
That's probably been about, I'd say at least 3 months ago.
Oh, probably at least.
Maybe longer than that.
Probably longer than that.
That's right. I was trying to remember back. I couldn't.
I'd say at
All right,
least 6
so-
months ago.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think the last time since I talked to you guys, I did win the territorial title at WCWO. I think I've had that for maybe a little over a month now, possibly around a month. I capped off my rivalry with Luke Savage at Indiana Powerhouse Wrestling.
Yep.
And I also, where I became the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yep.
And then also I made my DCCW debut.
Yep.
Where
That was a pretty awesome debut too.
hell yeah, it was fun, really fun.
Well, I mean, was there a different feeling like at a show like that when you have a big name like Foley and Boogeyman there? Is there a different feel
Oh,
to it
yeah.
maybe than like a regular show?
Of course, yeah. I mean, it's Mick freaking Foley, you know, and Boogeyman. They're both WWE Hall of Famers, I think. Is Boogeyman? I don't know.
He's not a Hall of Famer, but he's under a legend contract, so they consider him a legend.
Gotcha. Okay, but anyway, yeah, being on a show with them, I mean, you're on there with guys that have done it and been through it and seen it all, you know, especially Mick Foley. I mean, the guy's a legend. So
And not only was you on the show, you got to share the ring with Mick Foley. So
right, yeah, and
that was
I
really
mean,
cool also.
how do you turn that down, right?
Yeah,
Share
definitely.
the ring with Mick Foley. He announced us out. We actually saved me and Mike King. We saved Mick Foley
Yes.
from Joey Kid Owens and Luke Savage.
Yeah. And not only that, then you main evented the show as well.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah, me and Mike King. We, like I said, tag teamed up against Luke and Joey in a no disqualification match where we ended up taking the victory.
Yeah, that crowd was hot all night from the get-go, from the first match all the way through to the end.
Oh yeah, it was an awesome crowd, big show. Yeah.
When do you get to cash in on your #1 contendership?
That'll be in January. So I don't quite remember the date.
14th.
Lily says, what was it?
14th.
January 14th. That's when I'll be cashing it in. Right now, TJ Kemp, he's got the Indiana Powerhouse Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. So I've been keeping my eye on him and scouting him, watching some tape. I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm prepared.
He's a long-time veteran, so you're going to have to study.
Yeah, I've been in the ring with him before, actually, in a tag match. So
I know have you been wrestling in any other states besides Indiana?
yeah, I've wrestled in Ohio and Michigan as well. I've wrestled in Ohio a couple times, and now Michigan a couple times. Wrestling for Phil Monahan. And what state is that?
Michigan.
Or what city? I don't remember the city, but yeah, Michigan a couple times and Ohio. And I'm trying to get out. I've been in talks with promoters from Illinois and Tennessee as well, but I haven't did it yet. So
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, we're getting ready. Matter of fact, we're going to do a show in.
From Illinois.
We got a show coming up in Cincinnati on the 2nd of December.
December 2nd.
Yep. Yeah, we got booked for a show in Cincinnati. It'll be the first time we've been out of state, so we're pretty excited about that. Did he freeze up?
I think he froze up. Can you hear us, Dalton? We seem to have lost Dalton for a minute.
Hopefully, he'll be right back.
Oh, come on. Technology sometimes.
Yeah. Hey, Marcus, what did you think of the interview last night?
Yeah, how's it going, Marcus? John Monroe, thanks for joining us.
Hopefully,
We're having a technical difficulty here. We'll get it figured out. He'll be back in a second.
It looks like he's gonna try to come back in.
Yeah, he froze up. I don't know when he froze up either.
Nope.
But no, there's a good show this Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah,
Warrior
Sunday,
Pro
yep.
Wrestling. We'll be there this Sunday, and we'll be streaming that. Marcus Fine said outstanding Vinny interview.
Yeah.
Thank you. I thought it was great.
I thought it was great also.
I can't wait till part 2. That dude has so many stories, and he'll talk to you. Tell him that say we got to get off because he didn't want me let me off then.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He wanted to keep, wanted to keep talking off air, but no, he's a good guy. I like Vinny. I'm glad to see he's getting out of state.
I think we should go somewhere. Maybe we could do it at Greeks or somewhere like that. Maybe me, you, Vinny, Mike King, Tommy Gage, maybe somebody else, and do like a round table interview somewhere like that. I think that'd be really cool.
That would be cool.
Hey,
okay.
I don't know if that was my fault, but I don't know.
Yeah, all of a sudden he froze up. I didn't know what happened. I don't know if you heard me. We're getting ready to go to Cincinnati on December 2nd for a show. We're pretty excited about that.
Hell yeah. What promotion is that for?
Cincy Wrestling.
Okay, I think I've seen them on Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah, they've got some pretty big names going to be there.
Walter Buckley has a contact there.
Yeah. He.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
Yeah, that's actually how we got there. He got us booked there.
Yes, Scott Hall's sons wrestling on that. Casey Navarro. I'm trying to remember.
Mickey Midas, isn't he?
I think Mickey Midas. Also, the guy used to be NXT part of. He was part of the Rascals in Impact, and then he went to NXT, and then he got kind of canceled. But he's going to be on that show too.
yeah.
I can't think of his name right now.
That'll be a good one.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty good show, I think.
Yeah, but yeah. Walt has a contact down there because he got us in there.
Yep.
Yeah, I have to ask him about that.
It's a Friday night, right?
Yep, Friday night.
A Friday night show.
But,
Nice.
From like the last time we talked to you, and now, you still get as nervous like when you get in the ring, or are you since you're done, or you kind of settle down some?
Yeah, I don't really much get nervous before I wrestle. I mean, I think doing it at the Dub, wrestling every single week, I think that helped a lot. And just of course, you always know something could go wrong, but my confidence is pretty high most of the time I get in there. I'm not too nervous.
Did you get any butterflies when you guys were in the ring with Mick Foley?
It's kind of weird. I didn't. When I saw him at first, I was like, "Oh shit, it's Mick Foley." When I saw him in the back, I mean, of course it's Mick Foley. But then, once we go through the curtains, all my nerves or butterflies usually go away. So it was still. I mean, I was more excited than nervous. I mean, it was one of the top moments of my career so far. So,
you got any big shows coming up?
yeah, I have them in my notes. I always forget when. Hold on, let me think. I know Friday, of course, I'll be at the Dub. I don't know who I'm wrestling, but I'll defend the territorial title against whoever wants to try to take it from me. And then this Saturday, I'll be wrestling for Bobo Brazil Jr. I'll actually be tagging up with I'm not going to tell you who I'm tagging with yet, but I'll be tagging up with someone in tag match there. And what else? What else is it?
BMFX on the 29th.
Then the 29th, I'm tagging again at BMFX. I know you guys have. Have you guys done some shows there?
We've done a couple shows there.
Right. Yeah. And I think I'm taking on. Well, I know I'm taking on Vinny Vichetti and his tag team partner.
Oh, okay, Vinny. We just talked to Vinny last night.
Yes.
Yeah, I watched some of it. Yeah, he's so interesting. He's fun to watch too.
Yes.
He can tell stories.
Have you been in the ring with Vinny before?
Yeah, I wrestled him at
Frankie.
let me think. Oh, in G.W. in Crawfordsville. Who is this guy?
He's a guy that's on the sports network with me.
I think he's from what? He's like New York or something.
Yeah, he's from New York.
Yeah.
His next comment was, "I'm joking."
That's funny.
Yeah, he does some sports shows with me.
Yeah.
He lives in New York.
Yep.
He's a big wrestling fan.
That's cool. Yeah, you guys are getting people from everywhere.
Oh yeah, most of the guys I work with guys from Los Angeles, or Wisconsin, Phoenix, Arizona. It's a bunch of different. We got
Damn.
a little network all over different states.
Hell yeah.
So you said you don't know who you're going to wrestle this week at WCWO. I know you guys are heading into a big show coming up here in a couple of weeks. Their Halloween show or their end of the month show. Do you know what's going on for that yet, or you can't give it away?
You know, I don't quite know what's going on with that, but I did see little Mrs. Rachel Armstrong talking her shit. So I think, you know, if she wants to talk her crap, I'm going to talk my crap too. And if she wants to try to take the title away from me, I'm going to shut it down. So I'll defend it against her if, you know, she wants to keep talking smack. For some reason, she's got this beef with Lily, which I'm not too sure what that's about. But I'm going to do what any guy should do, and I'm going to defend my lady. And if that comes with beating up Rachel, then that's what I'm going to do.
She steps in the square circle, you'll take care of it. Yeah.
That's right.
Now I'm trying to think. Go ahead.
Since the last time you was on, what's been the biggest change for you in the ring or outside the ring?
Well, shoot, I mean, I've done quite a few more special stipulation matches, like with Luke Savage. Had a heated rivalry with him that's drawn out for almost half a year now. We had an I Quit match, and then a steel cage match, and then just recently, last weekend, we had a tables, ladders, and chairs match, and that's how I earned the contract for the IPW World Heavyweight Championship.
Which was the roughest match out of the three for you personally? For you,
honestly, all of them took a toll on me. You know, afterwards, I'm kind of shook up after those big matches. But I'd have to say the I Quit match. It was pretty brutal. Luke beat the shit out of me, but I wasn't gonna quit until he laid his hands on Lily. That was the final straw. That's what made me end up giving it up. But yeah, he handcuffed me. He beat me with the kendo stick. The worst part of that match was I was climbing up on the turnbuckle, about to hit a big elbow drop, top rope elbow drop, and he chucks a trash can at me. The bottom of the big aluminum trash cans.
Yeah.
The bottom of the trash can, there's like a rim on it. It's real hard. He chucked it at me and it hit me right in the temple, and my shit swelled up, and I about lost it for a second. It threw me off. My head was hurting after the match, and it was scary, honestly. I was shook up after. That was the worst out of. And then we did the Spanish Fly off the top cage in our steel cage match.
I was getting ready to bring that up. I was going to see how that bump was.
Yeah, that was it was a weird experience. You know, the first thing that I remember hitting the mat was my cheek. My cheek. It didn't hurt my neck. It didn't hurt my head, but I was just shook up afterwards. After we went in the back, everyone's kind of freaking out. It scared me a little bit, gave me a little bit of anxiety, but I was fine. I mean, it was a big bump, But
Yeah, it was a big bump. I've watched it a couple of times. It's a pretty big bump.
yeah, I wasn't injured. I walked out, so
We got Steve, the ring announcer from DCCW, saying, Dalton, you're very talented for a guy who never saw you work. It was a pleasure to announce you out.
oh, thanks. I
What
appreciate that.
you have maybe a favorite match that you've been in?
Yeah, say maybe in the last 6 months.
Yeah, I mean the Mick Foley match where where me and Mike King teamed up against Joey and Luke. That was a real fun one. My match with Vinny, I really liked that match because I learned. I mean, I learned in all my matches, but with Vinny, I learned a little bit more. I think I appreciated that match, and then of course the TLC. My whole rivalry with Luke, all those matches, I think we both could agree on that they were gold. I mean, we hit the mark on all three of them. We did what we were trying to do, and we had people messaging us afterwards saying like, every time you guys get in the ring together, it's magic, and we have that confidence with each other. We know we can go into a match, and it's going to be gold.
Well, you guys know each other inside and out, so I mean, you got a chemistry there that's going to be hard to beat. I mean, not saying you can't have just as good matches with other people, but you guys do have a chemistry, so that definitely helps.
Yeah.
Vinny says, you're welcome, brother.
Thank you, Vinny.
And Steve says it'd be nice to see Dalton work with Cal Hero and get into OVW.
It's interesting. He says that are you guys familiar with Southern Discomfort?
Yes.
They're the OVW tag team. They actually, this last weekend and last month, they came up to us and they they gave us an invite to come on down to OVW. They said that they showed Al Snow like our stuff, and in January we've got to get our Kentucky licenses first. But in January we're going to go down there, and I think we're going to wrestle a little dark match for him and stuff, and try to get on there. We know a couple guys on there like Kripke. You guys know Kripke and
real well.
Ari Alexander, Shauna Reed. We've got a little bit of connections at OVW, and that's, I think, is the next big step for me.
Cool. That's awesome that you guys are going to be getting into that in January. That'd be cool. I watched a lot of that on that Fight TV.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I watch Kripke on there a lot because we've had Kripke on the show 2 or 3 different times. So I watch him a lot on that OVW fight.
Heck yeah.
Marcus Fine said, have you ever worked Jared Kripke before?
No, I've been on lots of shows with Kripke, but from the very first show that we were on together, we talked about, a promoter trying to get a match for us, but it's not quite happened yet, but I can see it happening in the future. And I think that'll be a good match.
Kripke is a great talent. He can get over wherever he goes. We've seen him in several different promotions, and he gets over no matter where he goes. So he's very, very good in the ring and very good at working a crowd.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I watch his matches when I'm on a show with him, and he always impresses the crowd. So
yep. How do you think you're doing with your I mean, I know one thing you're working with is working a crowd and your interviews. How do you think that's going?
Working a crowd?
Yep.
I think I do a pretty damn good job at working the crowd. I think it's one of my stronger suits. As a heel or a face, I think that's my favorite part of wrestling too, is interacting with the crowd. I think it's the most important part.
Yep.
Because without the crowd, I mean, you're just a goofball in the ring. So I think the number one important thing is working the crowd, and I'm pretty comfortable doing that because I often do it. I mean, I do it once a week at the Dub, or like this last week, I had a show Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So all that ring time and experience, I mean, you get better each time you do
it. Speaking of the Dub or any opportunity that you would get to work every Friday, how's that impacted you being able to work a show every week?
Yeah, working every week. It's experience every week that every Friday I get to go. I mean, I have to drive an hour and a half away, but I get to perform and train, get better at doing what I'm trying to do each and every week, and against some really good talent too. Also, while telling stories, being in front of a crowd, and you get to try things out. You know, you don't have to stick to the same old, same old.
Yeah.
WCW is a place where you can grow and learn and try new things.
Yeah. Being every week, I'm sure you guys are encouraged to try different things. But for one thing, you can't be the same all the time. If you're in front of the same crowd, similar crowd every week, every week, that's not going to work. So you have to make changes. So that's definitely going to help your character and help your career. So yeah, I would say that would be a big thing. Do you like working once a week? I don't know if the right word is better than working once a month, or which do you prefer, or is it just?
Well, usually I'm working multiple times a week. You know, I am working every Friday at WCWO, and then most Saturdays I got booked, and some Sundays here and there. But I like working a weekly show. WCWO is the only weekly show I work. I like working it because you can keep your stories week after week. You know, if you work a show once a month, you can tell stories, but they're not going to be as in depth as a weekly show where people are seeing you every week compared to every month.
Yeah. Let's see. Walter Buckley says Dalton's got a big triple threat match at Thunder Blunder 4 on December 17th.
Yep. It's Dale Patrick.
Dale Patrick and Brett Havoc.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. You know, I've not worked with either one of them, but I've seen their matches, and I think we're going to put on a great show, and I think I'll come out victorious in that match.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Well, I'm looking forward to the whole card. Walter does a good job putting cards together, so I mean it's going to be a good card. Yeah, I'm excited to see that. Brett Havoc's one of my favorites, and you're one of my favorites, and I've seen
Dale Patrick.
I've seen Dale Patrick several times. He's really good too, so it should be interesting. And it's the three kind of different styles.
Yeah, for damn sure. We are all three kind of work at a different pace and, like you said, a different style. I appreciate Walt Beasy. He's done a lot for me. He's got me some matches that I'm pretty proud of. My match with Jake Oman at Thunder Blunder 2, me and him put on like a 20-minute match that, you know, I learned a lot. And then, this upcoming Thunder Blunder match, I think it's going to be Thunder. So,
yeah,
shout out.
We're excited for it. We're going to be there, so we're excited for it.
Yeah, we're definitely excited.
Heck yeah.
Marcus Fine said, "Yeah, we're going to be streaming it."
Yep. And commentating, hell yeah.
Yep. Marcus said, "You do well with the crowd." And then Bruce McGar said, "Until he comes to the dub, it gets slaughtered by big badass Bruce."
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing.
If Bruce stepped over the guardrail one time, I would kick his big ass. Just one time.
You think
I dare him.
Do you think he can get over the guardrail?
No. That's why I challenge.
That was one thing I was kind of getting at. I think since the last time I seen you perform, I can tell that you're getting better working the crowd, and your in ring was some better also. But I always thought you was pretty good in the ring anyway. But I could tell a little bit of difference in your working the crowd and stuff. And I've seen some of your promos that you guys put up, and I can tell you're getting better there too. So hopefully you and I assume Luke's going too. I hope you guys knock it out of the park when you go get an opportunity at OVW. I mean, good luck to you guys on that. I think you guys will do great, but you know, there's also politics and stuff involved, so you never know. But I mean,
yeah.
You know,
I'm excited.
You can only do what you can do, you know. So
right.
Yeah, Bruce said Walter Buckley is that dude. Yeah, Walter's a good guy.
Walter's a nut, but he's a good guy.
He is a little bit of a nut, but he's a good dude. Yeah. And Bruce said then he wakes up. He said, "I'll walk around the guardrail."
I'll give him a big elbow drop off the top, knock his lights out.
Is there anybody at the dub that you haven't worked with that you want to work with?
Yeah, there is. I haven't worked Blake Money Wright. I know that would be a big match for the dub and for the both of us.
Yeah.
And I haven't worked. I know Jake's not working weekly at the dub, but he's in there here and there, and I'd like to get a match with Jake at a WCWO show. I wrestled him at the dub at Thunder or Blunder, but not at WCWO show. But yeah, Jake and Blake, both of them, they're both good. I mean, Jake's phenomenal, and Blake, he's one of the fastest rising stars here in Indiana. So
Yeah.
and I think I've been in the ring with pretty much everyone else over there at the dub. I haven't had a one-on-one match with Rachel, but I think she's barking up the wrong tree, and I think she's going to get a one-on-one match here soon.
Yeah, it sounds like it's heading that way for sure. So yeah, that'd be interesting.
Have you seen any other wrestlers maybe in other promotions that you haven't got a chance to work with that you'd like to work with?
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of guys that I still meet. I've been wrestling, doing shows for a year and a half now, and I still meet guys that have been doing it longer than me that I'm just now realizing they're workers around my area and around where I'm working at. But yeah, there's plenty of guys like Kripke, like Dale Patricks, like Brett Havoc. Like I'm getting upcoming matches that, I think these guys that I haven't worked yet, which I'm looking forward to working and hopefully coming out with a W as well.
Have you worked Jordan James yet?
I actually have not worked Jordan James. I don't believe so. Not in the tag.
I'd like to see that.
I like to see that too.
Yeah.
Marcus Fine says Dutch boy.
Yeah, me and Dutch, when Luke and I were tagging as Savage Love, we wrestled the Beaver Boys a few times. I always enjoy putting the
That would
pound
be a
in.
good match in singles.
That would be a good one-on-one match.
Yeah, I'd love to work him one-on-one.
And that would be a good one too. Marcus Fine says Nate Matthews.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen his stuff as well. I mean,
Nate's outstanding. That would be a good match for you to get. He's very experienced, very good in the ring. That would be a good one for you.
Yeah, we'll actually see him this Sunday.
Yes.
where's that? Oh, at that Warrior Pro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. They're with the Buck Sexton.
Yeah.
Yep. We do all their shows.
Yep. Yeah, they've been doing real well up there. Yeah, that would be a good place. Maybe you could try to get in eventually sometime.
Yeah. They. I think Buck had asked me a while back when he first started about doing his shows, but I had a shoot job on Sundays. Well, now my Sundays have cleared up, and I've messaged him, but we haven't gotten a date down or anything yet like that yet.
Yeah, we do basically all their shows, all DCCW shows and all AACW shows. So last 2 months we've been somewhere every weekend.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I think coming up soon I'll be making my debut for the AACW.
Cool.
What's that? All-American Championship
Yes.
Wrestling? Is that
Yes.
what it is? I believe so.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think I'll be
Yeah,
debuting there pretty soon.
And they have an awesome crowd, man.
Yeah.
Awesome crowd.
Yes, they do.
Where they
Fantastic.
run?
Kokomo.
Kokomo.
At the
Carver
Carver.
Community Center. Real nice facility.
They got 2 gyms.
There was probably, we was just there last Saturday, and there was over 300 people there.
Damn, that's a good crowd.
They had a good crowd, and they had a Texas bull rope match. It was real good, and had some other good matches on there too. It was a good show, but like their crowd is fantastic. I mean,
Nice.
when you go to work the crowd, I mean,
They're crazy. So yeah, when
Yeah.
if you go in as a heel, you'll have a great time because that crowd's crazy.
if you're a good guy, you start clapping. Everybody claps. If you're a bad guy, you get in somebody's face. You're lucky if they don't attack you because there was Mike King had 3 or 4 people wanted to kill him
Saturday night.
Saturday night. Yeah, they had to hold back an old guy, a couple of women, another guy. He had them all going.
He told the kid he had a big nose.
Yeah, told some kid he had a big nose.
And he came over to our camera report and said, "You see that guy over there, that little kid with that big nose or big ass nose?" Is what he
Big ass
said.
nose, exactly.
Oh,
And then he about dumped our table.
yeah, came over and pushed our table over. Our microphones almost fell.
My microphone did fall. Luckily, I caught it. I'm like, what are you doing?
He said, "Well, he said, "Help it." It was a good
I
time.
think a crowd can really make or break a show, in my
Oh,
opinion.
yeah.
I think the louder the crowd, the better the show, right? The
Definitely.
bigger the crowd, the better the show.
Yeah.
I've worked.
Bruce said IK3.
Yeah, I had a match with IK3, and I'd love to get another one. I think I've improved since me and IK3's first match, so I definitely would like to wrestle IK3 again.
Let me ask you a question because you're around wrestling and you see so many matches. When you're in the back and if you have opportunity to watch, do you watch a lot of the other matches, or are you guys worried more about what you're getting ready to do, or how does that work?
Yeah, I try to watch the matches I'm interested in or the matches I think I can learn from. I don't watch every single match just because, like you said, we are in the back kind of doing our own thing, getting ready for our matches. But yeah, I watch the matches I'm interested in. Most of the time it's through a curtain, but sometimes a couple of shows will have like monitors to where the guys can in the back and watch. And that's always good. You can learn from watching everyone else, and also if someone else is doing 5 clotheslines in one match, you don't want to go out there and do 5 clotheslines. So
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, exactly.
See, at Warrior Pro, he actually streams our show, our feed back to the locker room.
oh damn, yeah, that's nice. That way they can see it there and
Yeah.
get feedback on it as well. Kind of see the crowd.
Yeah, they get a pretty good crowd usually.
Yeah, they do pretty well there.
Yeah, and at the fair, he done a show while the fair was going on, and he had a big crowd. He had probably close to 400 people.
Yeah, yeah.
Over there in this little shelter thing, and it was a great show.
Yeah.
Like steel cage match.
Yeah, real nice fair. Yeah,
Who was the steel cage match?
Jake Carter and Blake Money, right?
Who won that?
Jake Carter did it.
Yeah.
He defeated Blake Wright for the championship.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah, it was a hell of a show that done right there at the fair, and they had quite a big crowd. But he gets a pretty good crowd every month. Buck does. He has a pretty good thing going over there.
Yeah, I've talked to Buck here and there about working over there. We'll see what happens. I think it'll happen eventually.
Yeah, but Kokomo, you'll have fun in Kokomo.
Yeah.
Kokomo's one of the hottest crowds that we go to.
I was about to ask you, what's your guys' favorite crowd to go and stream at?
I'd
What
say
town?
overall, the best crowd overall on a consistent basis is probably Kokomo. Now DCCW is kind of our home base, and they do a lot. They do a lot of big shows, bringing in people. So they have some big crowds. So the favorite show that I've been to so far since I've been doing this probably a little over a year, it was actually that last show at Jay County. That's my favorite show that I've been to. So I think that's the best show I've been to. And the Bearcat Rumble was the one with Carlito and all them guys on it. I thought that was the best show, and I thought they was going to have a hard time beating that, and I thought they beat it with this last show. So, but Kokomo does real good. It's kind of an old school feel. They've got they got a few experienced wrestlers. They got a lot of young wrestlers. That's not. I'm not saying they're not good. They do a good job. They work their asses off, but they're not in a situation.
They're still a little green.
It's still green because they don't get the opportunity you got to work every week. These guys don't get to work every week, so it's only for them only once a month, and I think their training is limited. They're doing a good job and they're getting better, but they put on a good show. They do a good job.
Nice, yeah. What we got here? Kokomo crowds bring the heat.
They could change the pace of the show with their excitement.
Yep.
Yeah, and people.
Yeah, I think Steve was at that last show, wasn't he?
Yep, Steve. Yeah, Steve was there Saturday night as well. Why in the hell am I getting notifications? Yeah, but yeah, that'd be a good place. I like going to the Dub because the feel of the building is just cool. It's just a cool atmosphere there, especially when it fills up.
Yeah, when the
Dub's,
Dub's a great atmosphere when it gets filled up.
Yeah, every Friday, everyone should come check out WCWO wrestling. They're the talent. We've got great talent there, and then the production as well. Like their production, like when they used to stream it on Facebook, and it was really good. The camera was good, production was all good, but we've had to cut back on the streams because we got to bring more people back into the live crowds.
Yeah.
So everyone come on out and witness some great Indianapolis wrestling.
Yeah, when we couldn't get there on Fridays, we'd always watch the stream.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. And I'd like to stream, but also we do need to bring back the live
Yeah.
crowd.
Yeah, I agree.
No, yeah, you have to have the live crowd. Like you said, if you don't have the live crowd, you're nothing.
Yeah, we're some dorky butts performing, doing our thing in front of no one, and that's no fun. So
Yeah, we might try to come down to that show, the last one of the month in October, maybe
Yeah.
I think it's the 28th. I think
Yes, 28th.
we might try to come to that one.
Vinny says asses in seats.
Yep.
that's right.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love to see you and Vinny. I haven't seen that match. Was that at the Dub?
No, that was at NGW in Crawfordville.
See, we haven't made it. They've invited us down
Yeah.
there, and we haven't made it there yet. We're going to try to get to one of their shows.
Well, we've been offered a place in Illinois too that we want to try to get to also. So we've been offered a chance to go in Illinois. So we're going to do that too sometime.
You
Vinny
said you were talking about
this
me and
Friday's
Vinny,
going to be
right?
awesome.
That's right. This Friday is going to be awesome. But Vinny, he is the WCW Outlaw champion.
Yes.
I'm the WCW Territorial champion. Maybe along the way there will be a champion versus champion match in which I'll have to take Vinny's gold from him. With all due respect.
That'd be cool.
I would be there to watch it.
Yeah. If
Vinny's one of my favorites as well.
yes, if WCWO was in Muncie, I'd be there. You know me, I'd be there Friday night. Yeah, I'd be there
He watches wrestling every day of the week.
every
though.
day.
He watches Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, Rampage. He watches all NXT.
Impact.
Nice.
Oh,
You
God.
watch? You try to watch all the local indie shows as well, like the ones that do post them on Facebook and YouTube and whatnot.
I watch matches. I'll go back and try to watch some matches on YouTube. And if somebody tells me about somebody, matter of fact, Chris wrote down a name Vinny was telling us about last night.
Glitch.
Somebody named Glitch that he wants us to go back and look at. I want to check that out because I had never heard of him. I guess he doesn't wrestle anymore even. But Vinny was telling us about him, and that's somebody I want to go back and check out. I've went back, checked out some old matches from the Dub once a year and a half ago when I started going to the Dub and doing these shows. I went back and watched a lot of the old matches from WCWO, even some of their stuff from when they used to have a TV show on. I'm talking maybe 10 years ago. I went back and watched some of that stuff with Basher and some of that stuff. So I like
went
that.
back and watched old WCW matches from before I started working too.
Yeah.
And there's I saw a comment. There's been guys like MJF and Brian Pillman Jr., even Calvin Tankman. He was there. There's been guys come out of the Dub that have went on to do big things. So.
Oh yeah. Vinny says, "In your dreams, lover boy."
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see one of these days. It'll be Dalton Love versus Vinny Vichetti. Winner takes all. He's been a double champ before, I think, and
Yes, he was.
Yep.
I believe.
He was.
Yeah. But that won't happen a second time around. Not on my watch.
And see, like myself, I watch more independent wrestling than I do. I watch the pay-per-views and stuff with Dad, but I don't watch like the weekly shows a lot of times because I'm doing my sports stuff. But
Right.
I watch a lot more independent stuff on YouTube. Like if I see a live feed, plus, well, this app we use, we get a lot of independent wrestling on it, where we can watch a lot of independent. We've watched some stuff from all kinds of states. That's pretty cool.
I try to watch like the big pay-per-views, and then I watch a lot of indie wrestling, but mostly if I'm watching wrestling, I go back and watch some like old school 80s or 90s wrestling and try to learn a thing or two.
Yep. I got a request for you and Luke. If you guys ever revisit your, someday you guys will revisit your feud, quite possibly. So if you do, I've been trying to get Mike King to put one together, and he won't. It's one of my favorite matches. And I got to see one in Jeffersonville, which was real good. But I want to see a dog collar match.
Dog collar match? Hell yeah. That'd be fun. It'd be a brutal match.
Yes. If you go back, and the probably the best one is Roddy Piper and Greg the Hammer Valentine. It is brutal. Piper got his eardrum busted open.
Oh,
bled tons from his ear.
We saw a good one there in Jefferson.
Yes, it was good. Chet Ripley.
Yeah, and it was Aiden Lockhart.
Yes, Aiden Lockhart. it was very good.
Have you ever been down to Jeffersonville to the arena?
I actually haven't wrestled in the arena before. No.
It's a pretty cool place too. It has that old school feel like the Dub.
Yeah, kind of reminds me of the Dub a little bit.
You have not. I'll have to check it out. Yeah, I've not been down there before.
Yeah, we went down there one night and broadcasted the show. Actually, Luke Gallows was there that night. We got to meet him.
Mickey Midas. And,
Oh, nice. What promotion was that?
It was for this kid that had autism and epilepsy. His dad puts the show on.
That was not too long ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're getting ready to do another show.
They're getting ready to do another one.
Not in Jeffersonville.
Bubba's Fight or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's got. I think I've seen the poster with Mickey Mouse on it. Yeah.
Yeah. We done their show last, like, what was it? Maybe January, February.
Something like that. Who was the guy from Impact? Was there?
Ace Austin was
Ace
there.
Austin was there also.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to meet him, got to meet Luke Gallows. We was actually at Hooters with Luke Gallows.
Yep.
And us and Mike King and
Yep.
was at Hooters with Luke Gallows before the show.
Yep.
They're like, damn,
Dang.
this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gallows was cool. I mean, Gallows was fine. I wasn't a huge Gallows fan, and after seeing what he did, I mean, he went the extra mile for that kid. I mean, and I'm a huge fan now. I mean, it was outstanding. I mean, I know he was already happened to be in Louisville, and Mike King gave him a call because somebody else was supposed to come in and didn't get the opportunity to make it, couldn't make it. So Mike got in touch with him and at the last second, and he stepped up and stayed with the kid for a couple of hours and let the kid help him beat the heck out of Mike King and everything. So it was really cool. And then give him tickets to come backstage and see an Impact show. And I think it was Ohio, Cincinnati, maybe somewhere like that. So it was, he went beyond and above, so I thought it was really cool. I was really impressed with him.
Yeah, you got to respect that. Yeah.
Mike King said Hooters was great. Yeah, it was. Other than we got to the venue like real close to start time. We're rushing trying to get it set up.
Yeah, we was right there.
But it was a fun night.
Yep.
It was a fun night. Just a
long
drive.
night. Yeah, long drive there, long drive back.
3 hours there and 3 hours back.
Yeah.
About
the drive. Those are always. That's another thing about the Dub. Like, it's an hour and a half away from me, but I think it's worth it to drive down there, and the experience is worth it. But yeah, and then going to Ohio, Michigan, they're like 3 hours away. But I'd say for young wrestlers, it's worth it doing the drives.
Yeah,
I mean, you get the experience you wouldn't get if you didn't do it just sitting at home. So
yeah, like when we went to Jeffersonville, we rode with Mike King. Dude, the ride there and ride back didn't seem as long because we was all talking. I mean, it was a good time. So
the only bad thing was we had a show the next day.
Yeah, we had a show the next day where we had to. Where was it? Summit Pro?
I think it was Summit.
Yeah, I think it was Summit Pro. We had to, or no, it was at Danville.
It may have been Danville.
It might have been Warrior Pro. The next day we got up like 3 a.m. and had to get up and go do it again. But it was a great weekend though.
Yeah.
But yeah, hey, I'll tell you what, Mike King's a good dude, and he has some connections where he can get you in front of a lot of people.
Yeah, he's done nothing but try to help me. So
he's good. He's a good dude.
Hell yeah.
He gave us our first opportunity, and then he took us on the road for the first time somewhere, and then from there we just keep getting more opportunities.
Well, bottom line is, if not being involved with Mike right now, we wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
if it wasn't for Mike King, we wouldn't be here right now.
We wouldn't be doing what we're doing right now. So that's a fact.
Oh, yeah. And you guys are doing a great job too, getting out there and getting coverage for people who wouldn't be able to see the show. They're able to watch it on Facebook because of you guys.
Yeah, we love it, man. I absolutely love doing it.
Oh yeah, I look forward to every weekend more. Jerry Bruce said going to shows or Mike King said going to shows is worth it. It's how you learn and get noticed. Keep killing, Dalton love.
Thank you, Mark.
Someday Mike will learn English. They were him and Tommy Gage and Mike were going out a little bit.
I don't know if they heard it, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it.
He said, "Stop it, guys! Jesus, talk about Dalton."
Just real quick, Jared. I want you and I want Vinny, and I'd like to get Tommy Gage and maybe somebody else you guys can think of. 4 old school guys, and I'd like to maybe get you guys somewhere and do a round table with just you 4 guys sometime. Maybe we could do it. Maybe we could do it at Greek's Pizza or somewhere like that, because I think we're being pretty good with Greeks, and I know Mike is. So let's make that happen. And get four old school guys together, and let's tell some stories. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I'd watch it.
Dog, you said you watch a little bit of like WWE and stuff. What do you think of the direction that's going in with Triple H? You think?
See, I've only caught a little bit of Extreme Rules. I've heard that WWE is doing a lot better since Triple H has taken over, but I'm not watching it all the time, so I couldn't really. My opinion doesn't really much matter on it because I'm not viewing it very often.
He said, "Oh fuck, better not be in public."
Responses from Triple H's WWE.
It's gotten a lot better. It's been really good. Something you might want to go back and check out from that last pay-per-view. They had a pit match. I don't know if you. It's pretty cool. It's a cage. It's a cage, but yeah, with Riddle, it's a cage. But then they have like scaffolding on the top of the cage, and it was pretty cool. They've done a couple of them in NXT too. You might want to go back and check them out. I think you might like them.
I saw some videos on Instagram about the fight pit match, and I saw Bray Wyatt's return. I thought that was pretty badass too.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, it was.
They did it right. Yeah, that was damn cool.
Marcus Fine said he'd be the 4th.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a great idea. That'd be perfect.
Yep.
Is there any promotions or here in like Indiana or even out of state that you want to get to that you haven't got a chance to work at yet?
There's a few promotions I'd like to go back to. In Ohio, Jimmy Lee. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but he's the Nightmare Jimmy Lee. He runs a promotion that I had the opportunity to go down there few months back, and that was really cool. He drew like a 400+ crowd, so that was somewhere I want to get back to. I recently went with one of the IPW owners to War Wrestling in Ohio, ran by Tom Williams, and talked to Tom for a little bit and kind of watched their show, and I'd really like to work on that one. And
how was their? How was their show?
Oh, it was phenomenal.
How was that War Wrestling?
Yeah, it was great. Their production is A1. Like, it's top tier for an independent promotion, and I'd like to
check it out sometime.
Yeah, it was a great show. Definitely worth it. They had lots of talent on there too, like the OVW heavyweight champion Jack Vaughn, and Apollo Star was there. Had some other guys that were really good, really talented people.
Yeah, Apollo Star is awesome. I've seen him quite a few times.
Yeah,
he even did commentary with us one time.
Mike says War is classic act, great experience.
Yeah, Big Tom, the promoter, he was nice enough to just invite us on in for free, and he's like, "Yeah, come watch our product and enjoy yourselves." So yeah, it was a great experience.
Do you have any big matches coming up that in the next month or so that you can plug if you'd like to?
Yeah, the Thunder or Blunder match that we talked about. I'm looking forward to that. IPW match, November. What's the date on that? November 12th. I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing there, but I'm gonna put on a show for that one. And then my BMFX match that I told you, where I'll be facing Vinny and his tag team partner. And then the Dub Friday. And New Generation Wrestling. I don't know. Have you guys heard of them?
We heard of them. We just
ain't that the one that we've been offered?
Yeah.
We've been offered to come there. We just haven't been able to work it out yet.
Yeah, I recommend going down there. It's a good show down there.
It's been they usually when we've either had something going on, or they couldn't make it, or we was doing another show. So, but yeah, we're gonna go sometime.
Yeah, I'd like to get to that one. Another pretty good promotion. Have you ever worked at New Era?
New Era? No, I haven't. I've not worked for them yet. No. There's
got
promotions that I'm still working my way up and trying
Oh,
to
yeah,
trying
yeah,
to
yeah.
get in, you know, trying
what
to
do you think?
expand.
Now that you have a little more experience, now what do you think is like the hardest thing about the independent scene?
Uh, Connections really. You just gotta. Usually, if I can get an opportunity or a shot, that's all I really need. Just give me one opportunity, and then I try to, you know, well, I don't know. I'm looking for a word here, but try to prove myself.
Yeah.
Just give me one shot. Yeah.
But like,
But I
as
think
you're, do you think like when you first started was something else harder? And, like, has that changed from gaining more experience?
yeah, in ring, of course I'm still training and learning like every week, every day, really watching tape and stuff. But in ring, I'm a lot more comfortable and confident. So that I don't want to say I got it down, but like I said, I'm comfortable doing that. I'd say just getting out there. I need to hit the gym more, maybe change my diet a little bit, but just little stuff that would make a big difference.
If you had the opportunity to go to the next level, and I know you may have an opportunity with OVW, but do you have a preference where you would go? Would it be or does it not make a difference? Would you rather go to a place like NXT or AEW, or would you have a preference, or is it just, hey, if I get an opportunity, I don't care where I go?
Man, yeah, I don't really have a preference. I just want to wrestle, honestly. I just want to wrestle, make money doing it, and be fortunate enough to wrestle. I want to go places like I want to go wrestle in Japan. I want to wrestle everywhere I can with opponents and make memories. And yeah, I just want to wrestle. To me, it doesn't really. I will be satisfied if I don't make it big or anything like that. They won't bother me too much.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I know it's a lot of guys' dreams, but it's it's no guarantee to make it. So yeah, that's. I mean, I'm sure you would take that opportunity in a heartbeat, but
Oh yeah, I'd take any opportunity I get. But yeah, there's not. I mean, I think getting on AEW Dark might be that's a path. Going to WWE tryouts is a path. OVW itself is a path, and just building up the independence is also a path. I mean, there's multiple ways to,
yeah,
and I'm down to either one of them. So
the nice thing about AEW Dark is that you can go do it. And I know people that have went over and done AEW Dark and then been contacted by WWE because they keep an eye on everything. And there's been people that was on AEW Dark 6 or 7 times and then end up getting signed by not signed by AEW, but getting signed by WWE. So
right,
just getting exposure any way you can
right,
get it.
exposure. Yeah, that's the
And
main
you
thing.
never know you never know who's watching. Like, you could be in a building where ain't a bunch of people, and it could somebody with connections could be watching.
Yeah,
So
right.
I mean, that's just a. Oh no, I think that's kind of the cool thing about wrestling.
Yeah, right place,
Right.
right time.
You may go to one promotion to work and you'll get multiple bookings from other promotions by working at said promotion. It's networking, and I think that's my next main focus is networking and getting those connections and being able to work at more and more promotions to
Yeah,
get some.
Mike King said, "Let me know when you want to go places. We'll make towns." And he said,
Yeah,
"OVW is great. Love Al and them guys."
I'll hop in the car with any. I'll hop. Me and Mike King, we can go to shows right now. I'm ready to travel and get out there.
And if you could pick one person to wrestle, who would it be? That's from Marcus Fine.
We're talking like anybody. I think it would
Um,
be really cool to get a match with RVD. I think he's on the tail end of his career, so I mean that would be a great match. I think I'd have lots of fun working with RVD. Jeff Hardy, those are just a couple of my favorites that for shooting for the stars there.
if you could pick one person to wrestle, like if even if dead or alive all time, who would like your dream opponent be?
Shoot. Well, I think I'd have to go with either Randy Savage or Bret Hart. Maybe Rey Mysterio too, which that could be. I mean, he's still going strong, old Ray is. So
Yeah, yes. I knew you was going to say Randy Savage.
did
I
too.
was waiting for that. I knew you was going to say Randy Savage. It was going to definitely be at least one of them.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be so fun to work with.
I was a big Bret Hart fan
Yeah.
back in the day too. So.
Right.
Most wrestlers we talked to mention Bret Hart.
Yeah, they do.
Seem like they. I mean, he's had an influence on a lot of wrestlers that we've talked to. Usually, when we ask them about influence, Bret Hart's one of the biggest ones.
Yeah, when I watch when I'm like watching old tape to study, I pick a lot gimmick wise from Macho Man and wrestling wise from Bret Hart. Those are kind of two of the guys I pull inspiration from for.
That's a good combination.
Yeah.
Marcus Fine says Eddie Guerrero, Steamboat.
Yeah, I love what those guys are. Top tier technical wrestlers. So, how could you not want to wrestle those guys?
John Rose says he follows SFCW, Southern Fried Championship Wrestling out of Georgia. David Manders is the promoter.
So, what does it take for you to get a license? I know you said you got to get a license for Kentucky to compete in Kentucky. What does it take to do that? Do you know?
The way the Southern Discomfort guys described it to me was you apply for it online. First, you got to get a physical, and then you just send the documents over line of your physical, and then I think he said it takes about a month before you get it, and I think there's like a small fee for it. So we're going to be working on it here real soon. Just got to get a physical and send it in, and then hopefully by next year I'll be licensed to wrestle in Kentucky.
Yeah, and that always opens up other opportunities. I mean, another place you definitely can go, because you're licensed there. So.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we need her. I think everyone who wants to travel and wrestle needs their Kentucky license.
Do you have to get licensed for like every state, or is it different from like state to state?
Well, I know you don't have to have one in Indiana, and I've not had to get one from Michigan or Ohio. I think Kentucky is the only one I'm for sure you have to have one, and I think maybe Alabama, possibly you might have to have one, but don't quote me on that because I'm not real sure.
The ones that are if they consider themselves governed by athletic commission, you have to get a license. And have physicals. If they're not governed by athletic,
basically just like a boxing.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. If they're basically being governed like boxing. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Marcus Fine says he knows a promoter in Kentucky. He can put a word in for you.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that, Marcus. He'd message me his name, and I'll hit him up myself as well.
Yeah, Marcus knows one there. Also in I know he's got connections to that one in Danville, Illinois too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've talked to a promoter in Danville as well. Yeah, we're working on getting over there.
Yeah, that's one of the shows that we're going to be doing sometime in the future.
Yeah, be after the first of the year because their last show for this year is
this Sunday.
This Sunday. But next year we're going to make our way down there to Danville and do broadcast a show.
Nice.
Mike King said easy to get that he can send you the app. Talking about the license. And then Dre Montez. Hey, what's up, Dre? Thanks for joining us. That's another one of the guys off the Sports Network. That's nice to see some of the guys off the Sports Network in here and watching. That's cool.
Yeah, it's good that you got fans watching both of your both products of your.
Yeah. We're on 7. We're on 7 different. We're live on 7 different channels right now.
Damn, hell yeah!
And it's going to be more eventually. We're going to be on YouTube TV and some other places now.
So yeah, it's the ASAP Sports Network is growing, and when we launch this new stuff that's coming, it's going to be pretty cool.
Hell yeah! Yeah, it's cool going into your guys' actual studio, but this is easy. You just right through the phone.
Yeah, we'll get you back over here in the studio again. I had to move and we had to get some things figured out, but we'll get you back over here live in studio again.
Yeah,
maybe you can come over and watch a pay-per-view with us again. That was pretty cool. That one day when you guys came over and done that.
Yeah, I'm done with that. Heck yeah.
You got anything else you want to talk about or anything you want to plug before we get out of here?
No, I don't think so, man. Just I want all of the wrestling fans to show up to the wrestling shows and enjoy wrestling and support independent wrestlers and the promotions and
Yeah,
enjoy it.
it don't cost a lot of money either.
No.
You can go to a show for usually around $10,
10, 15
and,
at the
and
most.
it's worth way more than $10. I'm telling you, these guys put on a hell of a show.
You can't go to the movies for $10.
No,
And you
No.
can go to the Dub. Like I said, like the Dub slogan is the best $12 you ever spend. And that's true. I mean, the Dub does a fantastic job. And there's great promotions all throughout Indiana. I haven't been to a bad promotion. You'll see good performances, good wrestling, good stories. Some may be better than other. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, but I haven't seen a bad one yet. I haven't seen a bad show yet. So
and we broadcasters now, I think, close to 40 shows.
yes.
Damn, you guys have done 40 shows.
Yeah,
I would say close to about 40.
Yeah, in the last year, because we've been at it probably.
I was about to
14
ask,
months.
how long have you been doing it?
Yeah, about getting close to about a year and a half.
Nice. That's about how long I've been doing shows too. So
Yeah, we've about a year and a half, and I mean, like I said, been booked for every weekend in October, and
Hell yeah.
our November's already pretty much starting to fill up.
nice.
So
Yeah, you guys
It's
are getting
been
out
fun.
there. You're getting the word out there too. So
and like when I see any of you wrestlers post stuff, I usually share it on my page to try to help you guys get it out there.
hell yeah, yeah. You guys definitely support the wrestlers and promotions overall.
Like I said, I like watching independent wrestling better than I do that on TV. So, I mean, to me, it's not work. It's like, man, I get to go watch something I love to watch
You
and
have a lot of
get to
fun.
talk about it. It's like, yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
But yeah, and it was cool seeing you guys make your debut at DCCW on that show because man, that show was awesome. Like I said, it's probably like I agree with what Dad said. That's probably the best. That's the best show we've done.
Hell yeah.
But tell people where they can find you at on social media, stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, Dalton Love 32, and then I'm on Facebook, just Dalton Love. And I have a Twitter, but I don't really get on it all that much, so don't bother on that. But yeah, like and share and follow and try to get the word out for all wrestling and myself.
Hey, go ahead and give your better half's plug. I know she's got a store. Why don't you go ahead and plug that?
Yeah, Lily, she's got her own business here in Muncie, Indiana. It's Lily's Labyrinth, and she sells like old vintage clothes and crystals, shoes. Everyone can find something they love at Lily's Labyrinth.
I seen a review somebody posted on that and was just raving about it here a week or so ago. Maybe in 2 weeks. I'm kind of old. I can't remember, but here recently I seen somebody put out a real good review about her store.
Yeah, she's killing it over there. So
I'm getting
I
kind of.
appreciate you guys having me on.
Oh, hey, anytime, man. Anytime you want to come on, you're more than welcome.
Wrestling with you guys. So
Yeah, you're one of the first guests we had. One probably top. You in the first 5, first 10. You and Luke, and anytime you guys want to come.
Plus,
on.
I've known Dalton. We've known Dalton for a long time.
And
I remember.
we go back.
I remember wrestling around with him when he was in middle school.
Yeah.
So, I've known him and Luke for a long time. So. But yeah, hey, if you just want to shoot a promo or something and you need anything, just let us know.
Yep.
We can make something work.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys.
We appreciate you coming on. Like I said, you're welcome to come back anytime.
Yes, sir.
Everybody that's watching, please subscribe to our YouTube page. We appreciate it at Gonzo Sports Room and also the All Sports All Plays Network's YouTube page. Subscribe to them. They got a lot of great shows going on over there. I host a show on that network. Actually, all my shows are on that network. Well, I do host the afternoon show of theirs, but all the shows I do is on that network as well. So you can find it at 7 different channels anytime we're on. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room. Don't forget, big show Sunday. We'll be at Warrior Pro Wrestling. It's going to be an awesome show. It's Warrior Pro 14. champion versus champion Jake Carter against Nate Matthews as the main event. So come join us for that. We'll be streaming it live at 3 p.m. Eastern Sunday afternoon. Did I forget anything?
You got a show?
Oh, yeah, I got a show tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern, Gonzo and the Judge Sports Talk. Come join us. We'll talk about the baseball playoffs and NBA opening up and NFL. We talk all sports. Join us tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern at Gonzo Sports Room or at the All Sports All Plays Network. You got anything else, Dalton?
No, I'm all good, Chris. I appreciate you guys.
All right, man.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for coming on. On behalf of Dalton, my dad Tony, myself, we will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Everybody have a safe night.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. We talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.